Hello guys, playing Civilization 5 today, but actually this really isn't about the gameplay. I want to talk about Call of Duty Black Ops 2, mainly about the reveal trailer since there's not really much other information out right now, but this is just going to be background stuff and this isn't going to be a let's play or anything. So first of all, what I should have done is turn that down, turn this down as well. Okay, so let's get started about why is everyone hating on Black Ops 2? I oh I don't know what's happening here. Whatever. It's gonna be some minor errors considering it's Bandicam and this isn't what Civilization is really supposed to be run on anyways. But back to the actual topic of what I should be talking about. Uh I don't know why everyone's actually hating on Black Ops 2 so much. Um but first off, let's get out of the way the time period. 2025. It's not like Halo futuristic. It's not 500 years in the future, so it's not. Pretty much everything's gonna be the same, I think. Really, like once they talk about time period, because that's only 15 years in the future. Like, go back to like the 80s or something. People used to think that there'd be flying cars. No, we're just we're still in regular old cars. There's no flying going by in regards to cars, at least. Sure, there's definitely huge technological advances, but regarding Black Ops 2, sorry guys, I don't feel good. I don't even know if this is gonna go up. We'll see, because I really want to talk about this though. But if time, okay, let's get rid of the reason as to why Treyarch's not ever gonna do another World War II shooter ever again, or at least I don't think they ever will, and I kind of hope they never do. Back in the early 2000s, like probably like with the PS2 and Xbox, since consoles were starting to make another push with the next gen consoles back then. Uh, World War II shooters were made very popular by Medal of Honor, that game series, and Medal of Honor was one of the realistic. I wish you guys could see my air quotations. World War II shooter of the time, and it was actually Steven Spielberg when he was directing Saving Private Ryan. It's because of him that Medal of Honor was even made. It was made by DreamWorks, I believe, if I believe correctly, and DreamWorks that was a massive hit, and like they just kept rolling and rolling and rolling with that single game. EA was the publisher of the game, and that really was a success. That was 2000's version of Call of Duty. But Medal of Honor, they just pumped out so many games. Like I'm pretty sure a few years they even released 2 or 3 Medal of Honor games. The market was just so oversaturated with Medal of Honor alone, and then there came a bunch of other companies trying to copy them as well. Following quite a bit of similar pattern here, aren't we? Yep. But from there, one of the biggest reasons that Infinity Ward made such a big success with Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare is because of that single word, modern. It was different. No one had ever done anything like that before. They were game changers. It was just a simple change of time period and a simple change of technology and stuff like that. That made it an entirely different game. Because all the other Call of Duties, I mind you, were all World War II shooters as well. It was, remember Call of Duty Finest Hour, which was actually amazing because Infinity Ward was actually, I believe they actually did work on Medal of Honor, like the original makers of Call of Duty. But they went to go work for Activision because one of the biggest things that bugged them is because they always wanted a scene in the game where you didn't have a gun. And if anyone remembers some Call of Duty Finest Hour, which is the original Call of Duty game, the first mission, you're Russian going on a boat to some city. I think it was like some German or Russian city. I can't recall. But you didn't get a gun for a while. And it was very realistic because back in... Oh, you're going to get a little tidbit of knowledge here, aren't you, kids? Yes, you are. back during World War One and Two, the Russian army, they didn't even have enough guns and ammo to supply their entire army with. So what they did, you get two. There's two guys here. You give one of those guys the ammo. You give the other the gun. So whichever one's so if the guy with the ammo dies, the guy with the gun can pick up his ammo and use it, and vice versa. If the guy with the gun dies, the guy with the ammo picks it up and uses the gun. That's how bad it was for the Russian army. Like, yeah, they had numbers. They didn't even have enough guns and ammo for the soldiers, though. It's pretty gruesome stuff, and pretty cool bit of history. And not to say that genocide is cool, but um, it was something they always wanted to do, and it was very realistic and very modern, and it was different. It was different from anything most gamers had seen. Call of Duty, even back then, when it was still a World War II shooter, it was still good. And I wonder why World at War didn't break any record-breaking sales. I'm not saying World at War was a bad game. I loved World at War. I can never get enough of a realistic World War II shooter. And World at War did something different. They showed gruesome stuff, like limbs flying everywhere. It was pretty intense, and it was actually pretty realistic to me. I know there was a bunch of different things. Like, first of all, you don't get to respawn. But, for what it was still pretty realistic, and maybe I should play this. But, then there came, but it was just Call of Duty 4 was so different. It was amazing. And, very interesting, really. Call of Duty 4 was a game changer. World at War took a step back, really, because the World War II market was still oversaturated. But then a bunch of other companies, there came, the guys who made Homefront, and then Medal of Honor came back into the picture. But they didn't make a, like, Call of Duty 4 was based in, like, 2000, don't hold me to this, guys, like, 2007 to 2017 or 16 or 18, I don't know. It's not really that far off, I don't know. It's not much different from Call of Duty Black Ops timeline, but, yeah, apparently, this is like a, think of, us as like the previous Black Ops as a, like in 1980s America, like, oh my god, there's gonna be flying cars, there's gonna be hoverboards, yeah, that's a Back to the Future reference, in the future, and blah blah blah, all that junk. But it's 2012 now, guys. That's not that far off in the future. Yeah, there'll be advances, but there won't be those kind of advances that game's portraying. Although there already are quite a few of those that are in the game. Call of Duty has always strived to be a little bit more realistic than a lot of shooters. But the modern warfare genre. I'm not talking about the Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I'm talking about the genre of modern warfare right now. And this will all lead back to the Black Ops 2 trailer. I think this video is gonna be cut into at least 2 parts, if not for you guys. But the trailer, it was. I'm talking about the wrong thing. I'm getting really mixed up right now. But what was I gonna say? I'm getting so confused. Well, let me smell that pepper. Just so you guys know, I have this weird air freshener that's shaped like a pepper and tastes really good. Just saying. Really good. But, oh, where was I? I'm sorry, guys. I'm losing my train of thought. I get really dazed when I'm ill. But, Modern Warfare genre, it's starting to get oversaturated as well, just like the World War II genre was. And, like, there's, of course, this Call of Duty, which have made quite a number of Modern Warfares at this point, free, really. And then this Black Ops was a little bit more modern, even if it was over 40 years, like 50 years in the past, really. But, there's games like Homefront. There's a number of other games that are copying it. Really, it's not really copying. It's just like those companies probably would have done the same. It's just Call of Duty beat them to it. It's not a matter of, oh, you copied me. No, you copied me. That's not the thing here. It's just they beat you to it. They got to it first. Simple as that. No one beat anyone because it was inevitable. And then there's games like Battlefield, which they say copy it. But I'm going to maintain that Battlefield. They had a Modern Warfare shooter before everyone else. Everyone else. Because, I believe the original, like, Battlefield 2, it's an old game, guys. That's a pretty old game, in, like, modern terms.